there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to Hancock-Whitney Stadium in Mobile, home to the South Alabama Jaguars. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Troy Trojans, taking on another team from the Sun Belt, the South Alabama Jaguars. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Trojans will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So South Alabama's offense will have the football first. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you've heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Palmer.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You have got to be able to play within yourselves and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack with the gun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
You just love to see that from the quarterback. I know it's a big 3rd down, and more than anything, you want to throw a completion and keep your offense on the field. But when the defense wins and nobody's open, you got to just tip your hat, throw it away. And now a big decision coming up on 4th down.
And the Jaguars will punt this one away. Looks as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. The Trojans offense will get the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Solid pick up of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Reads it, fires complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Grab behind the line. It's Higgins. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Now, you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. What's fun about this, Reese? It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
The give on the inside. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed behind the line, it's Taylor. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
The Trojans back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
And the Trojans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He caught it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass, it's Crowder. Got it set up on the outside. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
From the gun, running back on the move. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Jaguars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying play action. The short hands, it's Bullock. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
To the ground with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that crow route.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up, and they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's short. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
The Jaguars have it with a 1st and 10. Quick release on the RPO. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Touchdown, South Alabama! First points of the day are on the board. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. They'll run play action. Got him downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air, it's Crowder. Snagged out of the air. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on 1st down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time in Jordan.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right for you to get a sack. The ball has to be coming out a little bit later. But you know what? When you win that fast and that clean off the line of scrimmage, that is how it's done at the highest level for that defensive end.
You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards and then get your booty out of bounds.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Caught in the backfield. It's Lovett.
But one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Crowder. Makes the grab over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback throwing a strike.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Tackle made at the 9-yard line after the catch. It'll be first and goal.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. So it's an 80-yard drive, and what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to the big tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, quarterback had exactly what he wanted there. He had his big fella work in the middle of the field. You thought that was going to be an easy pitch and catch? Not so much. It's a mental error by the tight end. They got to clean that up.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Got it behind the line. It's short. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. There's not a lot to think about when you're the quarterback. You've got one of the best receivers in the country. You get him the ball any way possible. It doesn't matter if one guy's covering him or two guys are covering him. He just gets open and gets first downs.
And the Jaguars will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Jaguars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throwing right. He makes the catch. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. He's got it. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And big pass plays like that are the product of an offensive line doing a great job in pass protection. That quarterback cannot read the coverage and get the football out of his hands to the open receiver unless he has time. So give this offensive line tons of credit up front for communicating and not giving up any ground. They are being so physical.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. On the move, it's Bullock. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. Dar now on top.
Big time kick right there, man. 4th quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Punt is in the air. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give, and tick, 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 tick. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of a game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing it. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Jaguars come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And that ball is live in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Crowder. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And that will tie the game here in the final minute of play. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Grabbed over the middle. It's short. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wants to go up top on first down. Gonna take a shot. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He will have to unleash a howitzer to try to win the game from here. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board.
And how about that in the 4th quarter, and you need your kicker to execute a bomb to take the lead. You trust him, and he absolutely delivers.
That late clutch field goal put them on top. They can almost taste victory if they can keep them from scoring to tie or win the game. From inside the 10, here he comes. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book.